Mm, Ah, okay. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. Eyes live. Oh, these notifications though. Eyes live. Eyes live. Eyes live. Eyes live. What's going on here? Eyes live. Eyes live. Eyes live. Well, good evening, boss lady Lexi. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, darling. Welcome. I hope you can stick around for a little while because we have a good topic that we're going to discuss tonight. How you been? You like my fan? Thank you, boo. Girl, it's hot. It's hot. I'm in the house, but I'm upstairs and I don't have I don't keep my air on like real cold upstairs because we're not necessarily up here. So I had to turn it on, honey. I had to turn it on so that I could get some air. So once it cooled down a little bit, I mean, it wasn't real hot, but once it cooled down, your body on fire from the heat, girl, what you talking about? This heat ain't no joke. It ain't no joke at all, honey. It ain't no joke. I mean, we cooled off this week. Hi, Kathy Muir. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I hope you stick around for a little bit because we have a topic of discussion that I think y'all are going to pretty much enjoy. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to come in. Not that I'm expecting a whole bunch of folks. Look, can y'all hear me? Please press 1 if you can hear me. I guess you can hear me. Does it sound distorted? Because I got a new, I'm still here. I got a new microphone. And I'm trying to make sure that it's working properly. I'm just trying something out. It's nothing that I purchased recently. Actually, I've had it for about a year. And this is my first time using. Okay, it looks like everything is working. Okay. Well, you say no from moving and working out for 30 days. I'm on day 24. All right, girl, I'm getting ready to start mine. My husband just set the machine up so that I can get started on mine. Okay, I sound good. Okay, good. Okay, good. Because I got this new mic. Well, like I said, it's new to me, but I've had it in my possession for about a year in the box. I've just never used it. And actually, I got it from Amazon about a year ago. It's still for sale. It's called the Five Fin Technology. This is the box. It was only like $20. And I bought it from Amazon about a year ago. Let me see. I can tell you exactly because for what I'm gonna do with it, it's working fine, and it's better than chat. Oh, here it is. It's better than having the using the computer mic. But this is what it is right here. This is the microphone I'm using, and it was only $20. On Amazon. They still have it. And it's a USB microphone, so it plugs right into your laptop. You can't use it with a telephone. I have another mic that I'm going to be trying. This is another one I ain't never used that I've had for about a year. This one I can use with my phone. But the one that I just showed you, it has a USB on it, but you have to use it with a laptop. So that's what I'm using. And I'm just playing around. I got off work early today. Hallelujah, child. Hallelujah. And I just came in and I just figured I would just play around. Because I'm be changing some things around in my house tomorrow. So I figured I would just come in and just, get myself together for the live tonight. Because it's a discussion that I really want to have. And I recently came back after being gone for like 7 months off of YouTube. If y'all haven't seen that video, please go and check it out. It's like 2 videos ago. Where I tell you where I've been and what was going on with me and everything. And it turned out to be my own personal testimony. So go and check it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it may make you feel better. It may help you out spiritually. You know what I mean? Because one thing that I found out is that everybody has something going on. And you know what I'm saying? We are not perfect. And everybody got something going on in their lives. And it's just all in how you handle it. You know what I'm saying? You can think a person is the strongest person in the world, but they still have feelings. They still have a spirit, and things can still bother them and tear them down. You know what I mean? What you say, boss lady? You right about that? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so actually strength can be a two-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? On the one hand, it's very good, but on the other hand, because you have so much strength, people rely on you for everything. They come to you with everything. And because your strength is just so prominent, they don't believe that you have feelings. They don't believe, or I'll say they don't believe, or they forget that you're still human and that you still have feelings and you still have a spirit that can get torn. You know what I'm saying? And it needs to be built up at times too. But anyway, go check it out. Go check out that video. Like I said, it's 2 videos ago. Hey, Shelly, how are you? Welcome to the live. Thank you, boo. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, honey. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because I don't want to be on here long. The first thing I want to talk about is I know that y'all have heard on my channel in the past about Lorenzen Wright. He was a basketball player. Yes, please thumbs up the video, guys. Thank you, boss lady. He was a professional basketball player here in Memphis for the Grizzlies. That's our national basketball team. 9 years ago, he was murdered. Okay. And so his mother, he left behind 6 children and an ex-wife. His mom for 9 years has not given up on the murder of her son. She did not sit back and just say, hey, he got murdered. I feel bad or what have you. Went through that whole process. No, she kept his name out there. They did a vigil every year, every birthday, so on and so forth. What do you say? I just came in, sweetheart. My head has been hurting all day and I don't know why. I liked when I walked in the door. Oh, okay. Thank you, boo-boo. Girl, you're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get you some rest. That's probably the problem. But anyway, so they ended up, his body, he was murdered. In the process of him being murdered, he dialed 911. But he didn't get a chance to tell them anything. They found his body 9 days later. Now, this happened in the heat of July, where it's very, very, very hot here in Memphis. Like heat index is over 100, like for days and days and days at a time. So for 9 years, his mom has been diligent in keeping his name out there, keeping the case alive, speaking with the detective, so on and so forth. Well, fast forward to, December of 2017. They arrested a man in a suburb here on suspicion of murder of Lorenzen Wright. Okay. It ended up being that he was the boyfriend to the ex-wife. Okay. 2 weeks later, they arrested her. She had married somebody else, created havoc with him. He divorced her. She went on, called herself gonna be a pastor. She got her robe and preaching the gospel supposedly, and eventually moved to California and married another man that had money. 2 weeks later, they arrested her for murder, first-degree murder of her ex-husband. Okay, so she has been in jail. Her bond is $20 million, and her ex-boyfriend's bond was 15. They have both been in jail for some 500 days. Okay, because the bond was so high. Hey, you can't. Who got money? Who got money to pay a $20 million bail at 10% and $15 million bail at 10%? That's a whole lot of money. Okay. So she's been in jail all this time. Mind you, her name is Shira Wright, and they had 6 children. So she's been going to court. Both of them, they've been in court at the same time. They're co-defendants. They each have their separate attorneys, but they're co-defendant. Anyway, to make a long story short, she pled it out because she was facing life in prison. Okay. And her attorney was doing everything. I mean, he was trying to get a change of venue on it and have it moved out of Shelby County. I mean, Lorenzen Wright was loved in Memphis. He's like a Penny Hardaway. Okay. I don't know if y'all know who Penny Hardaway is, but he is now the University of Memphis basketball coach. And he's born and bred here. And so was Lorenzen Wright. Lorenzen Wright came behind Penny. So he's a hometown boy. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved him. And he gave back to the community, just like Penny does. Well, she pleaded out. She pled out yesterday. Unbeknownst to everyone. Surprise. She pled out yesterday. Okay. And she pled to facilitation of murder. So instead of her going to trial in September, she pled out. So that sentence comes with a 30-year sentence. Okay. Now, Lorenzen Wright's mom, of course, the DA and everything went to her, told her what was going on. She gave it her blessing. She was just concerned that the woman is going to be off the street and she's not going to be doing this to nobody else's son. And also she wants to see her grandchildren. She hasn't seen her grandchildren in years because Shira Wright kept them from her. She moved. She moved. And wait a minute now. Not only did they kill him in Memphis, but like a month or two prior to that, her cousin, she hired her cousin and her boyfriend, the one that's her co-defendant, to go to Atlanta to kill him in his home. They got into his house, but he wasn't there. Okay, but the next time they got him. All right. So she pled out. I believe that she pled out because she number one, she don't want to be spending the rest of her life, a life term in prison. And number two, that she's probably going to testify against the boyfriend and pin it all on him. He hasn't pled out yet, but I would imagine that at some point he will, because he's getting ready to take the fall for it all. And she's going to put it all on him. Now, everybody in Memphis and Shelby County, pretty much in Tennessee, know that she did it because of everything that went on. She's not liked. No one ever liked her here. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And now she was saying, the news people asked her attorneys, okay, now that she's pled out, what was going to be your defense? And her defense was going to be domestic violence. What? That he beat her for years and years and years and years. And not only did he beat her, but he beat his 6 kids too. Now, let me tell you something. Nobody believes that because we have seen him with his children. We've seen him enter. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard to believe that he did that. It just didn't seem like that was his spirit at all. Do we know that for sure? No. He's had friends. Some of his friends have come out and said that, you know, this wasn't him. He didn't do that. Yada, yada, yada. Everybody believes that it was just another way for her to try to manipulate the system because she's a huge manipulator. Okay. But anyway, we are so happy that she is going to be in prison. And as a matter of fact, as we speak right now, they have already transported her to the Women's State Penitentiary in Nashville. As of 2 p.m. today, she was dropped off. So there's an ending there. Does it make everybody feel better? No. Is it going to bring him back? No. But at least we know that justice, some type of justice was served. Some type of justice was served. Oh, y'all talking to each other. So with all that going on, you know, in the midst of this going on, we had a young lady that was involved. She was married. Her husband was just beating the crap out of her, okay? Recently, within like last weekend, he had her in a house for almost 3 days, and he was raping her and beating her every day, all day, and nobody knew where she was, okay? She eventually got away, okay? Ran out the house, okay? He comes running behind her. She's running for her life. She runs to a store where she called the police, 911. But the phone hung up. She told him that it was her husband was chasing her, that he had her and held her captive for 2 or 3 days, just beating the crap out of her. She finally got away and she needed help. She even told him where he was. Okay. In the meantime, and in between time, he found her because she was still in the area where the home was. He had taken her car and everything. So when he found her, he was in her vehicle. Okay. When he found her, he hit her. They were arguing back and forth. He was snatching on her and pulling on her and beating on her at that time, trying to get her in the car. Okay. She was fighting for her life, y'all. He ended up hitting her in the head. It knocked her down into the street with traffic coming and going. She passed out. A car comes along and hits her. Okay, right now we don't know. Now she is deceased, but we don't know if she died, if she was dead when she hit the ground from him hitting her in the head, or if she was hanging on by a thread and this car came along and hit her, and that's what took her out. Okay, we still waiting to find that out. But the thing about it is that the person that hit her and kept going. And it was a female. Okay, well, they got her too. So her husband has been charged with first-degree murder. And the woman, she been charged with hitting her, hit and run, and first-degree murder. Until they get it all worked out to find out if it was the hit in the top of the head that killed her from the husband or was it the car. Either way, the woman was murdered, and it was all because of domestic violence. Okay? Now let's piggyback back. Her sister was on the news speaking about her sister, the woman that was murdered. Okay? Come to find out, this is 3 girls, 3 sibling girls. She's already lost 2 of her sisters to domestic violence. She lost one of her sisters the first time in 2006 due to domestic violence. This woman's spouse, husband, boyfriend, whoever he was to her, he killed her and then he killed himself. So it was a murder-suicide. So they have this domestic violence running through the family with the females. Okay. And when I'm looking at this, y'all, and I'm just like, oh my God, and my heart is going out to them, to both families, because the woman that was recently killed, hit in the head by the husband and then hit by the car, she left behind children that are young. Her sister also, at the time when she passed in 2006, left behind children. So my question is, you know, when all of this is going on, why did you stay? Why did you stay? This been going on to you since you've been with this man, okay? So why did you stay? This is the question I'm asking myself. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight, y'all. Why do we stay? Domestic violence just doesn't happen to women. It happens to men too. I know a man that was married to a woman, and she would cuss him out. She would call him out his name. Not only did she do it in private, but she did it in front of company. Now, I was a very good friend, but I'm still company. You see what I'm saying? And it wasn't just me that witnessed it. You know what I'm saying? Now, he didn't have any teeth at all. You know what I'm saying? But he was a good guy. He was a good husband to her, from what I could see. He was a good husband to her and to his 2 daughters. You know what I mean? So domestic violence happens to men and women. And domestic violence is just not physical. It's mental as well. And so I just want to get the word out that what do we do? Why do we stay? Why do we stay? Let me go take a break and read what y'all saying. Let me go back up here and read what y'all saying. Okay, y'all was talking to yourselves, talking amongst each other. And then it says, wow, that's crazy. She's lying. Yeah, she lying. Cheryl Wright is lying. It's just another way for her to manipulate the system. But let me tell you something. The judge that she was in front of, baby, he known in Memphis as the hanging judge. Okay, he will look at you and smile at you and so polite, got that Southern hospitality going on, but he goes strictly by the law. Strictly by the law. And if you wrong and whatever is the law, the book say, that's what he getting ready to give you. Now, going back to Shira, she's sentenced to 30 years. She gonna get time served because she been in lockup because she couldn't pay to get out on bail. So that's well, let me back up. She was sentenced to 30 years. She had to do at least 10% of that 30 years before she's eligible for parole. Okay. So that's 9 years. Now she's already been in jail for 2.5 years. So they're going to give her time served on that. So that's going to bring it down to about 7.5 years until she'll have to do 7.5 years until she's eligible for parole. Now, you got people in Memphis, you got people on YouTube talking about it, saying that she's going to get out in 7 years. Baby. She's not getting out in those 7 years. They're not going to do that. She's eligible for parole in 7.5 years. But they're not going to let her out. They're not going to let her out at all because of her history, because of the 3 men that she was involved with. You know what I'm saying? They all have a story to tell. One of them done wrote a book. You know what I mean? And the one thing about that is his estate can now sue her in civil court and get whatever she got coming. Now, she has a husband in California. I would imagine that by now he done filed for divorce and possibly is divorced, and he is a big time producer. She was living in a beautiful home in California, her and her children. But I would imagine because he hasn't been to Memphis at all. Now, from the day they picked her up in California and turned her over to the Tennessee, and Tennessee brought her over here to Shelby County, he has not been here at all. So I would imagine that he is already either in the process of divorcing her or has already, gone through that process and is now divorced. What do you say? I'll stay single. Forget all that foolishness. Women need to walk away for these evil folks. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But why don't they, though? And we're going to get into that. And then Hutcher said, did you watch my video yesterday, my story time? Yes, I did, girl. I was in your chat. And I was talking to you. but you was into your story, baby. And I understand when you be into your story, but it was just, it just moved me. You know what I'm saying? It's on so many levels. We have more in common than you think. More in common than you think. Boss lady said, and men too. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It says, I've been on both ends, but my head hurts so bad I can't even write too much. I'll be taking more medication too and praying to go to sleep early. I'm praying for you, Hutchinson, to get you some rest, because that's probably all it is. That's probably all it is. But the thing is, guys, is why do we stay? Why do we continue to stay in these volatile relationships? We can give every reason in the world. Believe me, I know I've been there. We'll give every reason in the doggone world to stay because of the kids, okay? It may be because you don't have a job, okay? It may be that you had a career, but you gave up your career so that he could pursue his, and you stayed at home to be the homemaker, and then you started having children. You know what I'm saying? It may be that he has just, or the person, whichever the victim could be a man or a woman, could may be that the perpetrator has just beaten your spirit down so bad until you just don't have anything to bring yourself back up. And then one might can say, well, why come the families of these two women? Why they family? Where were they families that they didn't have no brothers that could go and beat his behind? They didn't have no cousin, no male cousins that could go and straighten him out and beat his behind. Let me tell you something. A lot of times, first of all, we ain't telling nobody because we are embarrassed that we are in that situation. So we go through life and we put that face on to the world like there's nothing going on. Like we got it going on. We got a good marriage, or we got a good spouse, or you know, whatever it is, we put on a facade to the world because we don't want nobody to know, because it makes us feel embarrassed. It makes us feel dumb. You know, we don't want to be called stupid. Okay. So we don't tell anybody. But after you go through that for a while, something is going to pop out where somebody is going to question it. Again, when they start questioning, why do we stay? Why do we stay? The average domestic violence victim leaves the perpetrator, goes back, leaves the perpetrator, goes back, leaves the perpetrator, goes back. And that cycle, they do that for at least 5 times, if not more. If not more. Okay? In the meantime and in between time, you got babies, you got girls, you got sons that you're trying to raise, and they are in the midst of all of this. And that's one thing about domestic violence. It don't care what color you are, what nationality you are, what country you come from, how much money you have, how much money you make, the possessions and assets that you have. It don't discriminate. Domestic violence does not discriminate at all. It don't care. It don't care. And back in the day, it used to just be that you was just getting your butt whooped. You was getting cussed out. You was getting talked about, and you was getting your butt whooped. But now they killing. They whooping on you. They stalking you when you're trying to leave, and then they killing the victim. And in some cases, even though that victim know that their life is in jeopardy, they still go back. We have got to stop that cycle, y'all. It's some families that's just a nasty little secret. It happens in every generation in that family. Some families wipe it up under the rug. They sweep it up under the rug. Oh no, what happens in the house stays in the house. How many of y'all heard that growing up? What happened in this house, stay in this house. You don't go telling nobody outside of this house what's going on up in my house. Times have changed. It wasn't good then, and it ain't good now. And we need to reach out. If we know somebody is in trouble, y'all, We need to reach out to them and try to help them. If they don't know the resources, give them some resources. You know what I'm saying? Not only do we pray for them, but we also got to give them some resources and try to help build them up, because they in the trenches of being torn down. Mind, body, and soul is being torn apart. And then they being torn in different directions because they like, well, if I leave, then this gonna be, and I can't do this, and da-da-da-da-da. I ain't gonna have no babysitter, da-da-da-da-da. The list goes on and on and on and on, and any excuse beats none. Any excuse beats none to keep you there, because you just feeding that to yourself. Why? Because you just been torn down so low. You've been torn down so low. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? What y'all think about it? It's hard to say. I've been on both ends. Oh, I read that one. Yes, we all share so much. Yeah, we do. Scared of what others are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are. Been with them too long. Yes, been with them a long time. A long time. And there's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. And I work with a shelter for women and children that are escaping domestic violence. And I talk to these women and I ask them, why did you stay? And let me tell you, when I have heard every excuse in the doggone world, I have heard every excuse. But then I have to ask myself, and believe me, I'm not judging nobody, because you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. You can talk until you turn purple in the face, but that's not going, if that person ain't ready to take that next step and just jump out there on faith, because that's really what you're doing, is just you're going to jump out there on faith, then they're not going to do it. And sometimes by them waiting, it becomes too late. It becomes too late. I know I stayed because I thought that he was going to get better. I thought that if I became a better wife, if I did things the way he wanted them done. I mean, I was young. If I did the things that he wanted the way it was done, that it would be okay. But nothing was ever okay. Ever okay. It was never good enough. I was never good enough. And so eventually what stopped it all for me was that I'm working every day. He at home. I come home from work. I'm walking down the street and I say, oh, somebody must have got evicted from their home. And as I got closer, I started to say, oh, that looked like my kitchen table. Guess what, honey? He had put all my stuff out on the street. He gonna put me out of my house where I'm paying the bills. And that was just it for me. That was just it for me. I was like, I had to fight my way out, but I did what I had to do. And I left there with nothing but my kids and what we pretty much had on. Pretty much. Pretty much. We need to do a video together one day. Name the day, boo. Name the day. Name the day. Because I sure will do it. I sure will do it. I'm looking to do some collaborations. But I just want to put this message out here, y'all. If y'all see someone or y'all know someone or you have a suspicion, reach out to them. Because sometimes that's all it takes is for someone to reach out to them and show them that they care about them. Not what they can do for them, not what you can get out of them, not moving them from one bad situation to another bad situation, but just reach out. And if they turn you down, they turn you down. But slip them a note every now and then with the hotline number. Send them a text message. Send them an email, Just check on them. Because I'm telling you, people are dying because of some stupid person that just My question again is, why don't the doggone perpetrator just leave? You know why they don't leave? Because they got it so easy. And both parties have some issues, some low self-esteem issues, some control issues. Everybody got issues. Who is this that just came in? Ooh, I don't know how to say your name, baby. Let me see. ItsDawnyWawnyTime. Hi, how are you? I've never seen you in my chat before. Are you a new subscriber? So yeah, that's what I'm asking y'all to do. And if each person or every other person just says when they suspect or they see, I'm not saying to put yourself in danger, but I'm saying find a way to reach out, because especially us women, we are torn down in so many ways. More than just physical domestic violence. We're torn down and disrespected in so many ways that we need to start sticking together, binding ourselves together like glue, and building each other up. And if you got a circle of girlfriends, there ain't nothing like having a good stinking girlfriend, somebody that you can tell anything to and you know it ain't gonna go nowhere, somebody that you know got your back regardless, somebody that's gonna set you straight when they know you wrong. Ain't nothing like a good girlfriend. And we need to start binding ourselves together and trying to help each other, at least guide one another in the right direction. In the right direction. So that was what I wanted to talk about, guys. I just wanted to put it out there. I really did. And I'm going to keep pushing this kind of stuff, dealing with women, what we deal with, and trying to come up with some solutions to fix it or to assist and to help each other. Because at the end of the day, women, we all have something that's the same. And we starting out as just being women. That's the first thing we got in common. But you'd be so surprised at the other things that we have in common. Now you think that you, not y'all personally, but you in general. Now you sitting here and you going through some things with your spouse, right? And you thinking that, dog, I'm looking over here at my girlfriend and she got the perfect life going on. Don't let that fool you, baby. Because your girlfriend, your best girlfriend, she could be having the same stinking issue going on in her world that you got going on in yours. The difference of the two is the fact that she can hide hers a little bit better than you can hide yours. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. We got to start communicating with each other. We got to start loving on one another. We got to start listening and seeing red signs, red signals. We got to start paying attention, y'all. We got to start paying attention. What you say, Hutchinson? Chin, check you and still love you. Yes, right. I got girlfriends. They check me. They check me all the time. That I'm complaining about something or I'm talking about something, and they'll tell me, now, Dawn, that wasn't right. You shouldn't have said that. Why did you say that? Or why did you act like that? Or why did you do that? And I have to think about it. And because I respect them, see, that's another key too. You got to have that respect. Because if you ain't got no respect with your girlfriends, you ain't going to listen to nothing they got to say. And then why the hell is that your girlfriend? They ain't your girlfriend. They ain't your girlfriend. Yeah, we hurt each other. Yeah, we hurt each other. So we got to start binding ourselves together, y'all, and taking care of each other as women. Because we are dying in droves due to domestic violence. And I don't know about where y'all live at, but where I live at, we got a lot of that going on. I see it every week when I go to do my volunteer work. I see it. I see the babies. And what are we teaching them? The children, the mama and the daddy, that's the first man and woman that's in their life. is mama and daddy. So what are we teaching our daughters? That this is what you're supposed to accept? That when he beating up on you, or he cussing you out, or he calling you out your name, that's how he show love? No. It's just a never-ending cycle of a generational curse that has to be broken. Hi, Andrea. How are you, boo? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We're sitting up here talking about why we stay in volatile relationships when we're dying behind it. And then our sons. What are we teaching our sons, y'all? We're teaching our daughters that this is how your spouse show you love. And we're teaching our sons this is how you show your spouse love. No. And then what happens? They end up in jail. They end up in jail. Again, what you saying? This is just what it is. Yeah, it is. Good. I'm glad you're good, Andrea. I'm glad you're good. Thank you. It's so glad to be back. I'm so glad to be back. I'm trying to work my life, and I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, but slowly but surely it's coming. It's coming because I've been excited. You know what I'm saying? I've been excited. You say, I've been through that too. Yeah. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with taking a break from social media. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a break from. Sometimes you got to purge, because there's more. All of the negativity that you let into your spirit can overrule the positivity that you're trying to put into your spirit. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't that wasn't the reason why I left. I had some other stuff going on. I done did a testimonial video, and I'm sure you was in there, Andrew. So you heard all about it. You heard all about it. You got to balance that stuff out. What do y'all think? Have y'all been involved in some volatile relationships, and how did you get out? Hutch, I heard your story. Andrea, have you been involved in a volatile relationship? Because I know I have. I've only had 2 men in my life that beat me up. And one of them was my dad, and the other one was an ex-husband. And I said after that ex-husband, no more. I'm not taking it no more than any man, any other man, family, or friend, or foe that put their hand on me. And I'm just going to plead mercy on the court, because I am not doing it no more. And I had sons and daughters, and they were there. Okay. Thank God they know the difference. You know what I mean? Thank God. What you say? Yes, abused by an ex-boyfriend. See, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody knows somebody that either that has touched. Okay, it's like a stinking cancer. This domestic violence. It's like a doggone cancer that once it starts, it never stops. And the first thing, you got to pay attention to them red flags, baby. You got to pay attention to them red flags, honey. The first time they raise your voice at you, that's a red flag. The first time they push you, that's a red flag. The first time they call you out your name, that's a red flag. The first time they embarrass you out in public, that's a red flag. The first time they lay their hand on you to hit you, that's a red flag. How many red flags you done had before you got hit? A lot. Quite a few. I was with him 8 years, and when I realized I wanted to kill him and would die along with him, asking as I killed him too, I was okay with that. I know, because it pushes you over the edge. It pushes you over the edge when you just done reach that peak. But again, the question is, why do we stay? Why do we even allow ourselves to get to that point? Why can't we just use the common sense that we know we need to be leaving? We know we need to be getting up out of here. But instead we stay. Why? Why is it so difficult to leave? What are we worried about? Because whatever we leave, whatever we going to when we leave, ain't nowhere near what we leaving to get to where we going, if that makes sense. It ain't nowhere, it ain't nowhere near the trauma and the pain. What'd you say, Andrea? I left soon after. Uh-huh. Good, baby. That's what I had to do. Andrea said, I stayed because it was comfortable and I feared him. And that's a big one. That's a big one. You get comfortable. You get comfortable in what? What we comfortable with? Because I was comfortable too in the beginning when it was first happening to me. We get comfortable and we expect it. Oh man, I hate for Friday to come because I know it's going to be a fight. No, I can't go to happy hour with my girlfriend. No, I can't go shopping because when I get home, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be an argument. I ain't trying to argue, but he going to keep going. 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 And the more you don't say nothing, it's like it's feeding that demon because you're not saying anything. So that make them even more mad. What you say, honey? When you tell a new man what the old man did, he thinks that he can do it also. It's not always good to share everything. No, it ain't. But I tell you one thing, honey, after that first one, after that husband did what he did to me, yeah, I made it up in my mind. I wasn't taking it from nobody. So I felt it was fair that I give him a fair warning. I am not the one. I am not the one. And this is why I ain't the one. Okay. And then I'm toting, license to carry, all that. This is what I got. So enter at your own risk if that's what you type of person you are. But see, I was so in tune to them red flags and I was so like, this is never going to happen to me again till I kind of like pushed a bunch of guys away from me because I was suspicious. And I mean, I was suspicious of everybody and I didn't trust anyone. So I pushed them away. I was like, no, I ain't on the market. I ain't on the market. Hi, Angel Sosa. How are you? Welcome to the chat, dear. Welcome to the chat. We're sitting here having a discussion on why do we stay in volatile relationships. Andrew said at the end, he pushed me so far, he was afraid of me because my tricky boom showed up and out. Oh, my ticky boom. Ain't that the truth, baby? Ain't that the truth? They said 86% of protection orders are violated. Girl, that's low. Honey, I would go so far to say it's 100% of them is violated. I go so far as to say 100% of them. Every one of them is violated. A order of protection cannot protect you. I don't even know why they call it the stupid thing, an order of protection. It don't do no protecting. It don't do no protection. Because by the time the slow doggone police get to you, whatever the dirty deed that's trying to be done is done. And this woman, that she called the police, and it took them 18 minutes to get to her. Talking about they had to get the ding off of for the GPS on the phone and all of that. Child, please. I believe that it was just in an area, a bad area. Okay, a bad part of town, and it's just something that happens all the time because people can become desensitized to things where they just hear about it so much or they see it so much or whatever the heck is going on that it doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, folks, I don't know about where y'all live at, but I know where I live at in some of these rougher neighborhoods and some of these rougher communities. They have so much shooting going on till the first thing is, nobody really calls the police. They hear gunshots, and what do? The whole damn family hits the deck. Because they hear it all the time, and they know the police ain't gonna come. But I would imagine they do the best that. I need to block who? Brett Spain. I live in Inglewood, Chicago. Who are you, Brett Spain? I've never seen you in my chat before. Welcome to my channel, though, but I've never seen you in my chat. Who do I need to block? Angel Sosa, some people just need to be single. I was a violent man in my past because I was jealous, insecure, and controlling. I was like that because I hated myself. Well, yeah, that's a big part of it. But why was you like that? Why did you hate yourself, though, Angel Sosa? Why did you hate yourself? Block at Philip McCreevers. Okay, hold on. I got it. I got it. Brett Spain. I don't know these people. I don't know where y'all come from, but if y'all think y'all gonna come into my chat and be disruptive and disrespectful, you're gonna get out of here. Philip of my cravers. I don't know who you are. But anyway, you live, Brett Spain, I live in Inglewood, Chicago. I ain't never heard no Inglewood, Chicago. Where is that by? Is that a suburb in Chicago? Said, I gotta go because these trolls gonna have my head cussing at you. You know I love you. I would try to call you over the weekend when I feel better. You gotta get some mods, sis. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off of here because I was cheated on many times. I'm going to get some mods, so I will see you next live. Next man. Okay, baby. Have a good night. Andrew say, I'm from Memphis, and he cut all up in that court down at 201. Oh, my. I know they locked him up at 201, didn't they? I'm sure they did. Oh, look it up, huh? Okay. I'm sure they did. Okay. I ain't looking up Jack when you can tell me. Get out my chat. Hurt people hurt people. Yes, they do, Angel. They really do. They really do. They was about to. Did you have a order of protection, Andrea? And Angel, you said that you was violent because you was cheated on many times and it never healed your wounds. What do violence have to do with cheating? That goes deeper. If you were violent and you was whipping up on your spouse or your significant others, that don't have nothing to do with cheating. It goes deeper than cheating. It really does. Can y'all like the live? Thumbs the live up for me, please. Oh, I got rid of him, like she said. I'm glad I grew up. I'm a totally different man. Well, I'm glad that you grew up. But I hope that you had got your issues worked out. Sometimes we need to get some help with getting our issues worked out. How long I've been on here? Almost an hour. Did you get therapy? Andrew Burton. We were there getting it then and he was mad. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that order of protection is a bunch of mess. Angel Sosa said, it's how you express your anger. Yes, it is how you express your anger, but it also comes from something else. It's much more deep rooted because if you grew up in that type of environment, then that's expected that you're going to do that because sometimes, like they say, tell their sons, Women and men will tell their sons growing up, don't you cry. Boys don't cry. Yes, boys do cry. They have to be in touch with their feelings as well. Andrea said, he stalked me and spray painted my car. Girl, no. Child. Well, I'm glad you got away from him. Are you still in Memphis, Andrea? I'm glad. Thank the God you got away from him. That's crazy, man. I know that they do a whole bunch of things. And we just need to be reaching out and trying to help one another. What you say? I got therapy even today because I had real anger issues. Oh, I understand. And you know what? That's another thing. There's nothing wrong with therapy. Nothing wrong with it at all. I don't know why people in the African American community think that you can't get therapy. That's a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to that don't know you, that don't know your background, and they can just be objective and help you through some things, whether it be a crisis or not. I promise the Lord was on some folks' side because I was alone. Girl, I'm glad he was on their side, but he was also on your side too. And don't you forget that. Hi, Lynette. How you doing, baby? Welcome to the chat. Lynette says, I have to attend support groups when I lost my son. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's a good thing. Because who else knows how you feel about losing your son? People can say, I know how you feel all day long, but if they never walked in those truths, they truly don't know how you feel. They don't know how you feel. And so they can't really truly 100% relate. And then what do they have to say? You know what I'm saying? So I commend you, Lynette, for getting into a support group, because that's not easy to do, is to lose a child. Your children are supposed to go before you. They're supposed to bury their parents, not the other way around. That's in my opinion. Andrea said, no, my husband is in the military. Oh, yeah. That's right. I remember you told me that before. Lynette says, hanging in there, Donnie. I'm so glad to hear that, baby. I'm so glad. Believe me, you know, I'm praying for you. I really am. And when I say that, I mean that. I'm praying for you, hon. I'm praying for you. But it's each day gets a little bit easier to deal with. Each day. As long as you wake up, there's a purpose. Andrea says support groups are good. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, because I work, like I say, I do some volunteer work for a domestic violence shelter, and we have people that come in and volunteer and do therapy. The center I do work with, they don't charge anybody to do anything. You know what I mean? They don't charge the women and children. Whatever they need, we got folk to come in to help them. Angel says, well, I was just stopping by. Well, thank you, Angel. I wish you the best, and I'm so thankful that you're doing better. Are you married? Do you have a girlfriend or spouse or somebody? Lynette says, people just do not understand what I'm going through. And the baby, they will not let me see my son's baby. Oh, no. Oh, my God. How did it get to that? I'm going to have to call you. That ain't nothing we want to put online. I'm going to call you this weekend. Probably tomorrow afternoon, because I'm not going to be doing nothing but here at the house, cleaning my house and filming. So I'm going to give you a call tomorrow. Is that okay? Andrea said, that is a wonderful resource. Yes, it is. Yes, it is a wonderful resource. Yes, it is. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Hell, I done had therapy. Quiet as it's kept. I done had therapy for a bunch of stuff. I was younger, but I tell you what the therapy did for me, it gave me the tools that I would need to deal with those type of situations. That's what it did. And I'm thankful for that. I'm very thankful. Lynette said, yes, I would love to hear from you, of course, anytime. Okay, I'm going to give you a call tomorrow afternoon, Lynette. Angel says, I have a couple lady friends. I'm a truck driver, so it's hard to build a solid relationship. Oh, I know about that. My brother is an over-the-road truck driver. Andrew says, oh, no, what? She said, grandparents have rights through the courts. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I'm gonna give her a call tomorrow. That's one of the. She's a seasoned champion on my channel. She's been with me pretty much shortly after I came to YouTube. She's been with me. All right, guys. Well, it's been an hour. I enjoyed you guys. Did y'all enjoy the topic tonight? Do y'all have any topics that y'all like to discuss on my lives? What'd you say, Lynette? I think it costs so much money here in California. Well, God, yeah, it probably does. But because everything is high in California, child. But there could be some places you retired, and so is your husband. So there are places I know in California that help people in your position. Believe me, they're everywhere. Angel says, but hopefully I'll find a good woman I can settle down with. Well, I hope you do, Angel. I hope you do. How did you find my channel, Angel? The definition of love. What is the definition of love, Angel? See, I done asked you 2 questions back to back. But number 1, how did you find my channel? And number 2, what is your definition of love? Andrea said, I enjoyed you too. Bria with the test. Hi, beautiful. Hi, Bria. How are you? Oh, Brina. Did I say that right? Brina with the twist. How are you, hon? I'm getting ready to get off. Please go back and watch the replay. The topic was, why do we stay? Meaning, why do we stay in volatile relationships? Yes. Okay. Well, welcome, honey. I've never seen you on my channel. How did you find me? Did somebody refer you to me? Oh, Angel, you a sub? Oh, okay. Well, thank you, boo. Do you have a channel? If you have a channel, because I'm going to go back in this live and go back and subscribe to the people that I'm not subscribed to. Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Oh, I thought you were gone, honey. Good topic. Good night, everyone. Have a blessed night, Kelly. You come back soon now. Okay, I have to look into it because I am on restriction from God. I will tell you all about that when we talk. I love you too, Lynette. I'm going to call you tomorrow afternoon. Might be tomorrow morning. Bria says, I changed my name from Coupon from Brooklyn. Oh, okay. Everybody be changing their names, child. I don't have who nobody is anymore. Andrea says, your doctor's office, Angel should know some resources that are low cost or free for you. This is true. This is true. That's a good place to start too, Andrea, at her doctor's office and her therapist too. The therapy group that you're in, Lynette, that's a good place to start too. They know some resources because there's resources in every state, every state. Yes, ma'am. So y'all like this live. I appreciate you all coming in. I've been on here an hour. Please go back and watch the replay if you can. Thank you so much, champions, for coming in and hanging out with me for this hour. Generally, when I do my lives, it'll be starting at 7 o'clock, but I'll put a little blurb out there. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, which I think most of you all are, but it might be 1 or 2 in here that I'm not sure if they are, go ahead and subscribe for more content and hit that notification bell so that you don't, miss when I go live. But I've started to put a little, a very short video out letting people know that I'm going live a couple of days before I go live. So make sure you have your notifications set. And I appreciate you guys so much. Please let me know if you have some topics that are interesting to you that you would like to discuss. What'd you say, Angel? Love is like a tree firmly planted in its foundation. And of the tree of love or branches, these branches are labeled happiness, trust, loyalty, respect, dedication. Okay. 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 I feel you on that. I feel you on that. And I'm assuming that that's the answer to my question of what is your definition of love? And I understand that completely. My definition of love is understanding and acceptance. If you can understand me, you can accept me. And with those two together, then it will turn into love. You can love me by understanding and accepting me, all that I am with all of my flaws. If you can understand and accept all of that, you have no choice but to love me. Andrea says, so are you going to keep Thursday nights again? It was Fridays. It was Friday nights. And I believe which one do y'all think? Thursdays or Fridays? Fridays are easier for me because it's the end of the work week. But I can do Thursdays. I can do Thursdays. What you say, Brina? Agree. Yes, ma'am. Understanding and accepting. Angel says you can't have a relationship off love alone. It has to be invigorated and fortified. It has to be invigorated and fortified. Okay, it has to be invigorated and fortified. But what that might be in the beginning. But supposing one or the other get in a position where they're no longer invigorated or fortified due to nothing that they've done themselves. Just crap just happens. They might get sick, anything. But that don't mean that they still don't love and that they still don't love you. I'm just asking. Andrew says, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll put it out there. Let me see. Where did I go? I went live last Friday. Wasn't it last Friday, Andrea? Yeah, it was last Friday. No, what day was it? Whenever it's okay for me, I would try to catch you. But didn't I go live last week? What day